The dramatic synth beat builds under fast-paced clips of missile launches, chip factories, data streams, and a facial recognition camera panning toward the screen. It's not about bombs. It's not about boots on the ground. The next world war has already begun. And it's being fought with lines of code, artificial intelligence, and microscopic chips smaller than your fingernail. Pause, beat. This is the US-China Tech Cold War 2.0. In the 20th century, it was nukes and spies. In the 21st, it's algorithms, semiconductors, and who controls the future of intelligence itself. As the world enters the second half of 2025, tensions between the United States and China have escalated beyond tariffs and trade. We're now in an all-out technological arms race, one that doesn't make the front page every day, but quietly reshapes every aspect of your life. Artificial intelligence, quantum computing, cyber warfare, surveillance. Oh, every digital move you make, every chip inside your phone or car, somehow, somewhere, it's tied to this modern Cold War. But how did we get here? And more importantly, what happens if one side wins? Let's start at the center of this storm. The chip, not the kind you eat. We're talking about semiconductors, the invisible engine of the modern world. These tiny silicon slivers power your smartphones, satellites, tanks, and toaster ovens. And 90% of the world's most advanced chips are made in just one place, Taiwan. That's right. This tiny island, just 100 miles off the coast of China, is the beating heart of the global tech industry. And that's a problem, because China sees Taiwan not as an ally of the West, but as part of its territory. The United States, meanwhile, has made it crystal clear any attempt to invade or take over would trigger a global response. And why? Not just for politics, but for the chips. In 2022, the U.S. passed the CHIPS Act, injecting billions of dollars into domestic semiconductor manufacturing. Intel, Nvidia, and even Apple began shifting production back home or to allies like Japan, South Korea. But China wasn't standing still. Behind the scenes, Beijing launched its own campaign. Billions poured into AI startups. Quantum encryption research accelerated. Spy networks expanded across cyberspace, gathering intelligence not with men in trench coats, but with malware hidden in smartphones, routers, and smart fridges. Then came the bans. First, Huawei, then TikTok, then G-drones. Rounds. One by one, the U.S. began blacklisting Chinese tech companies, citing national security risks. In response, China banned Micron chips, restricted rare earth exports, and unveiled its own line of homegrown AI processors. Tit for tat, ban for ban, code for code. But this isn't just about chips and phones. The real war is for something bigger, the future of artificial intelligence. In 2023, OpenAI and Google led the Western Front with tools like ChatGPTs and Gemini. But China, backed by its massive data advantage and state-led tech funding, wasn't far behind. Models like Ernie and Wudao began catching up, trained on billions of lines of Mandarin data, fine-tuned for surveillance, state media, and social control. The Western AI models were designed for creativity, communication, commerce. But China's AI models? Built for compliance, surveillance, and geopolitical power. Nowhere is that clearer than in the realm of facial recognition. In cities like Shenzhen, cameras can track a citizen's movements in real time, scoring their social credit based on behavior. Cross a red light, points to duck. Praise the government, bonus. Meanwhile, those same surveillance tools are quietly exported to other authoritarian regimes. The war isn't just domestic anymore, it's global. The cyber front is even more invisible. In March 2025, an anonymous group linked to China's Ministry of State Security infiltrated servers in a dozen Fortune 500 companies, stealing corporate secrets and even planting logic bombs in defense contractor systems. Days later, U.S. Cyber Command launched a retaliatory attack, taking down Chinese military satellite relays for 24 hours. It was a digital dogfight, silent, invisible, and nearly catastrophic. But who's really winning? The U.S. has innovation, brand dominance, and allies. China has speed, scale, and central control. America builds platforms. China builds infrastructure. America has Google. China has Alibaba, but more importantly, China has 1.4 billion people's worth of data, fuel for its AI future. Meanwhile, Europe stands in the middle, caught between digital dependency on the US and hardware reliance on China. And developing countries? They're being courted by both sides, offered cheap Chinese 5G infrastructure or Silicon Valley cloud services, depending on the day. Let's not forget the financial side of this war. In 2024, the Nasdaq saw record highs thanks to AI stocks, but lurking beneath the surface was a silent panic. What if China cut off rare earth minerals? What if Taiwan's factories were disrupted by a military blockade? Overnight, the supply chain would collapse. iPhones wouldn't ship. Teslas wouldn't roll. Netflix wouldn't stream. It sounds extreme, but in a tech Cold War, every single device is a battlefield. So what's the end game for the US? It's digital supremacy, controlling the future of computing, protecting intellectual property, and ensuring its AI ethics shape global standards. For China, it's sovereignty, ending reliance on American chips, asserting dominance over Taiwan, and using AI to build a new digital order with Beijing at the center. And for the rest of us, we're caught in the middle. Our phones, our jobs, our digital freedoms, all shaped by this escalating clash of tech titans. But here's the truth. The outcome of this war won't be decided by missiles or tanks. It'll be decided in server rooms, on circuit boards, and inside neural networks that we can't see, but that are learning about us every second of every day. Fade in sound of data being typed, drone buzz, satellite hum. So next time you open your phone or scroll your feed, remember this. You're not just a user. You're a pawn in a silent war for the soul of the digital future. And it's only just begun. If you found this terrifying, fascinating, or just eye-opening, don't scroll past. This video took hours of research to bring you the truth behind the headline. Share it, like it, and hit subscribe because next week we're diving into the billion-dollar race for AI weapons, and you won't believe what we found. Until then, stay alert, stay informed, and stay one step ahead in the new Cold War.